Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty tense game. I think it's always great when you can, get over the line as a team in those games. India have played really well and they have done all series. So, it's great that we can get over the line in those games, albeit maybe a little closer than it could have been. But, yeah, it's a good way to show our character and what we're about as a team. And I think, there's lots that we've learned, after this bilateral series. But, looking forward, I guess.
Can I get your thoughts on Dunkley's performance today as well? She's fantastic and she's having a good summer so far as well. I'm looking forward to seeing her in the ODIs. What are your thoughts on her performance tonight?
Yeah, I mean, she's been brilliant for us most of the series. And she's scored a bulk of runs in county cricket and really proven, that she should be opening the batting for England. I think her character is pretty impeccable. And the way she I guess, like, consumes a bit of pressure and then puts it back on the bowlers is something that I guess we can all learn from, albeit in unconventional ways. But sometimes you watch a bat and you're like, wow, she hit that there. But she's pretty special.
Mai Boucher was back today and she took that great catch off your bowling to get rid of Shafali. Was there anything particular you sort of said to her in light of that moment, I guess, and in light of the fact that, the fielding's been something you guys have been focusing on for the last 6-7 months now?
Yeah, I think it's pretty impressive for Bouche to come back and make an impact like that in the fielding innings. And, she was pretty solid with the bat again today. So, yeah, I think it was almost sort of joy for her. I know that maybe she's had a few tough times in the field, but she's an impeccable fielder. In training, she puts hard work in and she doesn't drop many. So for her to sort of show that on this stage is, they're really happy for her. And I guess, like, fielding is a hot topic, isn't it? But I guess we can only keep trying to get better and perform under pressured moments, because I really think that's where we can really take our level up again.
And just on your own bowling, I guess those wickets coming at steady intervals from you was really crucial, but how are you feeling out there? And, is there anything in particular that you're pleased with or that you've worked on recently?
Yeah, I think I kept things really simple today. I think it was quite nice that we bowled first. I sort of often when I watch the Indian spinners bowl, I think, okay, I've got to bowl a bit like them because they are naturally a bit slower, but that's not me. So being able to go out there, bowl first, assess the conditions, I didn't really look to turn a ball today, which isn't really like me, but I just felt like hammering the stumps, getting the ball on, hitting good lengths was what was going to work. So I'm happy I stuck to that. Because I think sometimes you can get a bit distracted with outside noise and things like that, instead of just keeping it really simple. And so I'm happy with how it went today.
Hi Charlie, you obviously came on after the power play. What was sort of the thinking behind that? I know there's lots of different ways that you guys have gone about it as a bowling attack. What was the sort of role for you today?
Well, I guess, plans changed. I think with Smitty out pretty early, I was probably going to bowl on the power play, but then ended up not, which was quite nice, actually. I think sometimes it's nice to just settle in with 4 out and not feel sort of under that pressure as much. I think those early wickets sort of allowed me to come into the game a bit later, which, it's different. It's probably a bit easier to bowl out of power play. Doesn't make it easy, but and I guess I just settled in today. And what T20 cricket's like. You can have the greatest plans, but things don't always work out that way. So and I guess with the 2 right-handers, spin away from the bat was a bit more of the match-up in the power play.
And I suppose you started the series out of the team, and what were the sort of conversations about that, and how much pressure is that then coming in when the results aren't particularly going great, and sort of what's that pressure like?
Yeah, I think obviously when you come into a team that hasn't won a game, you really feel like you want to make an impact. I guess so. I was definitely disappointed not to be in the first 11, but I don't think that takes away from the work that I guess I'm still doing sort of in the county game and at training. So I felt like in quite a good place when I came into the team. And I guess, really wanting to make that impact, which potentially I didn't really do in the in the first couple of games that I played. But I think any game you play for England, you just want to do your best, and happy that I picked up some wickets today.
Oh, my apologies.
Hi, Charlie. Can you just talk about watching that run chase, especially the last couple of overs? I don't know whether you were maybe into bat next. No? Okay, good. But what was it like watching that?
Yeah, I think I took my shoes off pretty early, sort of 3 overs in, and I was like, brilliant, we've got this. And then I guess as the overs ticked down and the runs was still there, I was like, might have to stay in kit here. But I think, chases are tricky, and sometimes it doesn't matter how you get there. It matters that you get over the line. And I think what's really great is we'll go away and we'll reflect on sort of some decisions that were made that maybe weren't the wisest, but also, and take learnings from there and how we can do things better. But yeah, I think a few nerves floating around for sure. It felt like it was a game that really we needed to win. So yeah, I think it was good that we got over the line.
Just on that note, is there any sense of frustration that you're not going to play another T20 international until next May?
It does feel a bit weird. The sort of our winter calendar feels a little sparse. But I guess we're playing a lot of cricket at the moment, so the girls can go and play in the WBBL, the WPL, and I guess that's sort of opportunities to also go away, have a little winter and work on your game and come back. I think, it would be good for us to play as many games as possible as a team. I think we've got a tri-series before the World Cup early next summer. So, yeah, I guess looking forward to seeing how we're at when it comes there. But I think ultimately we've got a 50 over World Cup coming up first. So I think all eyes are on that.
With a win like that tonight, how does that help with momentum going into the ODIs, which are just around the corner now? How does the England camp feel about that?
Yeah, I think we've got to be honest. We did lose the series, but I think that helps us gain the belief that actually when we perform closer to our best that we can play well against this team, and we're up there challenging against some of the world's best. So yeah, it brings a lot of momentum, and I think nothing really changes in terms of plans, but yeah, it's definitely more of a feel-good day today and next couple of days going into, I guess, setting up how we're going to go with our ODI cricket. But yeah, I think it's an exciting time for women's cricket. The competition is heating up, and I think that's only a good thing.
Looking back, there is anything the team have done differently in this series?
Probably. I think we've all put in what we can to get the wins, and it hasn't fallen that way. I think India have come at us really hard, and I think potentially we could have been more prepared to face that in terms of making sure we're on the front foot first. I think we I think we could have attacked those first couple of games harder, and I think that win at the Oval was really impressive to turn things around, and I guess we wish we would have taken that momentum into the next game, but there's always things that you can work on and do better no matter had we have won the series. But yeah, I think there's lots of reflections going on and some I guess deeper understanding and learning, and I think what's exciting about this team is we really want to improve and get better in all facets. So yeah, I guess it's an exciting time. It's a shame that we didn't win, but yeah, lots of learning going forward.